Saturday morning, the Experts program kicks off right here on Power Talk Radio, and Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, is with us. Hello, Luis.
Hello, Mark. How are you today?
I'm well. Thank you for asking, and glad to have you back with us here. We've got a great story to dive into. You know, Netflix has been a story for quite a while because they made an announcement sometime late last year that they were going to crack down on this idea of subscribers sharing their passwords with friends and family members. And Inc. magazine online is writing about this, further problems or challenges that the concept has. And I guess kind of what they're driving at here is that the crackdown is an invasion of your privacy, even if you aren't sharing your password. Now, why are they saying that? And by the way, how is this crackdown going for Netflix?
So the idea is that they're going to be rolling out this new system. They've already rolled it out in certain places across the world, but in the US, it really is going to start becoming much more commonplace over the next few months. And the idea is that they're going to be tracking your login IP address. That is the IP address of where you're logging into the Netflix app, whether it's on, your smartphone or your smart TV, whatever you use to log into Netflix. If they detect that you're logging in from a location that's not the normal location, you'll be prompted to log in again to give your user ID and password. But more importantly, if they detect that two of the same accounts are being logged into from separate IP addresses, it's going to shut one of those down. A lot of privacy advocates don't like the idea that Netflix will now kind of know exactly what you're doing and where you're going, especially if you're somebody that does a lot of traveling and maybe you travel on business and you log into your Netflix account from multiple locations throughout the month. And Netflix will now have a pretty accurate way to track that, and that concerns some people.
Right. And of course, if you're traveling for business and you're using your Netflix on the road, because obviously you can use it if you're staying at a hotel, but then you pay a premium for those channels if you're using the hotel system. So this way you can avoid doing that. But at the same time, if your family's sitting at home wanting to watch Netflix that night, is it going to be a situation where the first one in gets to watch it and the second person that lands on the Netflix icon is going to get like an error message or something?
Well, what'll happen is the second person logs in and it'll say, hey, you're logged into another location. Do you want to log in here and disconnect the other one? So in essence, if you're a college kid and you're sharing your mom's user ID and password and you decide, yeah, whatever, and you log yourself in, you're going to kick your mom out of watching her show, whatever's, wherever she's at. So it's going to create a lot of angry people, but Netflix figures worth the bad publicity because they pretty much maxed out their subscriber base, and they've been very lackadaisical about letting people do these, shared password arrangements. They haven't until now cracked down on them, but now they suddenly realize that they're giving away a lot of their service, at least in their opinion. And the way to add the net new subscribers is to force the people that have been sharing passwords to have their own accounts, or have family accounts that are more expensive but allow multiple people to log into them. So in either case, they just make more money.
Right. So right now there are more than 230 million Netflix subscribers. Is that just in the U.S. or worldwide?
That's worldwide. Okay. That's their total subscriber base.
And then according to Netflix, more than 100 million people use someone else's account. So they've been able to kind of figure that out. So they're not going to get all 100 million of those people to pay for a new subscription. But I wonder what the number is that they are looking to get for out of that 100 million. 10%, 15%, 50%?
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to know.
Yeah, I think they're probably looking at a net gain, because some people will actually quit Netflix because of this. They'll just say, you know what, I don't watch it that much. I have other sources. I can watch it Hulu, or I can get my movies someplace else. Screw Netflix, I'm out of here. So they're going to lose some people, but I think their idea is that there's going to be a significant net gain of over, I would say, something like 20-25% to justify the move. And eventually even the sore losers or the people that are angry might come back. So their minds, from a financial perspective, nothing but positive. From a PR perspective or goodwill perspective, they're going to bruise a lot of people's egos.
So how's it been going for them so far? Because didn't they roll out this crackdown in the foreign markets before they're bringing it to the U.S.?
They did. And as you expected, the behavior was like I described, where a lot of people decided, I'm going to cancel my subscription. I'm not going to pay for extra. A lot of people who were sharing passwords realized that the people they were sharing with weren't watching it that much. And so those folks didn't subscribe. But a lot of people did get their own accounts. Or the more popular thing is that families got what Netflix calls a family account, which allows you up to a certain number of people that can log in share that user ID password, but you are paying for the privilege privileged by paying more than the standard subscription rate.
Right. So I guess one of the things that you can do do people get contacted by Netflix saying, hey, we noticed that there are multiple users on your account. You need to either stop that and limit it to one location, or you can buy this family plan. I guess the other thing those people can do is that they can just go ahead and change the password on the master account, right?
Yeah.
And that'll kind of fix the problem.
Yeah, and their hope is that you're going to get people to move into what they consider to be their premium account, which allows you to have multiple devices and up to 2 extra members who don't live with you. That is, they don't share the same IP address as the primary account holder. So this could be your kids, it could be your parents, whatever. And you're going to pay an extra $5 or $6 a month for that additional premium account. But at the end of the day, they're going to find out who's been sharing these passwords pretty quickly and start contacting them and encouraging them to either go for a premium account or have people get their own account.
What does a regular account cost now with Netflix?
I think it's around $15 a month.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. Being a typical husband, I don't pay the bills. Ronnie pays the bills, so I'm not too sure. But I think it's somewhere around $15 a month.
And then what's the family plan run? Any idea?
About $21.
Okay, so about another $5 or
$6.
So yeah, we'll see if how many people will bite on that when they start cracking down, and that's about Netflix. All right, Louis, thanks so much for joining us today online. You can find the Alvarez Technology Group at alvareztg.com, and for Twitter, it's at AlvarezTG. And Louis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.